Our country people are hello now. I'm Mama Ruth here today. I want to talk about the different kinds of bagged soil mixes, the way you can use them for your backyard vegetable garden. This one is a very highly requested video. People they ask me, say they don't know which kind of ground for buy and for use them for their garden. I know it really will sound strange, say we'll get for buy ground. Yeah, because when we grow up for Cameroon, who the buy ground? Like if they won't even laugh you, sometimes they talk say you sell ground small time. If you do your market, you do hustle, person won't laugh you with talk say small time, you start sell ground. But for America here, ground market for sell ground are big market, because the ground the way they for our backyard them for year. Like if you just want to go start work farm now for your backyard, you just sorry yourself. You check say you don't get green thumb, but with the problem that ground, because that ground no get nutrients therefore inside plenty. I guess from the way they ever want be their house and for year I don't know. So when you want to do backyard garden, you do ever end up for go buy ground. And if you end up no buy the right type of the ground or the soil mix for use them, your garden your garden no go do well. So now you are say ma can share the kind of ground way una fit use them for a backyard garden. So first of all, the kind of gardening way you do them, it go matter a lot. You have to know, you get to know what kind of gardening way you do. Different kind gardening they container gardening they way mean say you do grow your your vegetable inside container, like inside pot or inside bucket, as I be showed that the other day with that pepper. That container garden that. And then the other type of gardening now raised bed gardening, where it just means say you get some box when you either make them out of wood or you make them, you take blocks, you put them around, or you take like something, put them around, then you fill them up with ground for plant your vegetable there inside. They call that kind of gardening say raised bed gardening. Now they wonder why they see a lot of people they do it for their backyard, that raised bed gardening. And then some people they do a combination of container and raised bed gardening. For example, nothing that they do. Some side I get that raised bed, so other thing they might plant an inside container so that might maximize space. And then the third type of gardening, now one way they call and say in ground gardening, where at the same time one way we do it for Cameroon, where you just go walk farm, make your bed then like that directly for ground, plant your vegetable. Now in ground gardening that it be important say more we know the difference. More we know the one we practice on, so that way you go buy ground, the bagged mixes, you buy the right type of mix for the right kind of gardening way to do. Because if you end up mix them, the crops they no go do well. They don't formulate these mixes then differently for that different kind of gardening. Because when you do container gardening, you need more drainage. You don't want just water your vegetable, then make the water just stand. Or may the soil be too compact where roots they no get place for go, you see. So they mix and such that there is aeration, there is drainage, and then the other thing where they take into account moisture retention. Like you want the soil be able to hold water for a long time, so that when you water small sun dry, just dry all. Because if it dry also with the inside container, work, you see. So now the reason that way the different kinds, and they of course they add nutrients for inside as well. By nutrients I talk about manure or fertilizer, organic or inorganic. They add all that thing for inside, make that soil mix. All right. So more go back now talk about the different kind one there, because I tell you when you go for store, all kind soil mix then they for store. So when you go, the four kinds where you will probably see four categories. You'll see topsoil, you'll see the mix where they call them maybe garden soil for in ground use, another one garden soil for raised beds, then another one potting mix. Again, they formulate these things differently. So that topsoil now probably the cheapest way you see them. I beg you no buy that one at all. That one they just use that for fill. Maybe your lawn no level, you just want to go buy ground, can't fill some place, or you get some hole you want to fill up. Now you will use topsoil for. So that one not be for plant chop day unless you take a mix and get with some other thing there. Okay, so topsoil do not buy, no buy topsoil. The other one, now that one way I talk for in ground use. So if you do that kind of garden where you don't just make bed for your backside, if you use that one for in ground use for Adam for day. And then the next one, that raised bed mix. So if you get like plant them around where you want your plant your vegetable inside, or you don't put blocks around for that raised bed, then you want buy that raised bed mix for use up for inside. Okay, and then the last one, that potting mix. So if you get container there, you plant inside container, you buy that one with a potting mix. That one now probably the most expensive, but they're overacting it for inside for make sure say if you grow inside container, your crops they go do well. But the thing that I want to share around if this video was useful, if you find say the information be useful, I beg una subscribe and then una click on notifications as well. That one means say anytime we put on video for this channel, you know miss, and it will just ring chan chan, and then you just know say Mama Ru don't come again, can share video, then you just go watch them. Now other way mean you know it not even cost you nothing. As long as you get smartphone and data, I beg una share them, una tell many more people about this channel, and they share gardening videos. So yeah, and they also talk about wellness, how for cook, how for chop, how for exercise, how for things so that may your body they fine. All right, thank you now all. Bye.